Hey guys, this channel is for those who are curious about the truth, for those who are looking for answers. To get closer to what's really going on, we need real stories from real people, first-hand experiences. That's how we start noticing patterns, comparing details, and connecting the dots. And today, we want to share one of those stories, a real one that we managed to find.
Under one YouTube video about Bigfoot, a user going by the name NorthForest77 shared an experience involving something he couldn't explain. His comment immediately caught our attention, so we reached out to NorthForest77 directly. And here, that's what he told us when he went into more detail. Back in 2005, my brother, a friend of ours, and I drove out to the Illy River to go fishing. We took 2 cars and left at night so we could drive fast on the highway without dealing with traffic police. We'd already covered about half the distance. My brother, who was sitting in the passenger seat next to me, had fallen asleep. I was driving, listening to music, drinking a Coke. Our friend was following behind in his own car, a little way back. We were moving at a decent speed, around 120 kilometers an hour. The road itself was fine. Around us, there was nothing but darkness and open steppe. I had the high beams on, so visibility was good. Then suddenly, I saw something moving onto the road ahead. At first, I thought it was just a large tumbleweed. But as I got closer, I realized it wasn't that at all. It was some kind of creature covered in dirty gray fur with darker patches. On top of that, it seemed to be wearing something. Maybe a robe or some kind of cloak. It looked like the clothing had been stitched together from lots of different scraps of fabric, all different colors, but extremely old and filthy. The creature was standing on all fours right there on the road, staring straight ahead. I started honking and flashing my headlights, trying to scare it off the road. Then it turned its head toward me, and that's when I saw that its eyes were glowing. I completely froze for a second. I slammed on the brakes. My brother woke up and was thrown forward against his seatbelt. And right then, the creature instantly straightened up from all fours and leapt across the road. The road was about 8 meters wide. That's when I realized this was something seriously wrong, something that made no sense. I hesitated for a moment, then pulled over onto the shoulder. My hands were shaking from the adrenaline. Our friend pulled over right away too. He got out and started asking why I'd been honking and flashing my lights. I told him there had been some kind of terrifying creature on the road. He laughed and said, I was probably just seeing things. Then, he said, since we'd stopped anyway, he might as well go relieve himself. He walked toward the side of the road, the same side where the creature had jumped. He kept joking about it, teasing me. And then, all of a sudden, his voice changed. He said there was something down there in the dark, in the bushes below the road, and that he could feel it watching him. At that moment, I felt the hair on my entire body stand on end. I told him I felt it too. That whatever it was watching us from the darkness. Without saying a word, we both ran back to our cars and floored it. My brother barely had time to understand what was happening. He had just unbuckled his seatbelt, finished putting on his sneakers, and started to get out. When I jumped back into the car and yelled that we had to get out of there immediately. Later on, we talked about that night many times, but we never figured out what I had actually seen on the road. My friend and my brother never saw the creature. Only I did. But one thing I know for sure, I saw something, or someone, that was not meant to be seen by people. It was a disgusting, unnatural-looking thing, awkward in its movements, and somehow even more frightening because of that. Those filthy, ragged clothes made it look especially disturbing. Just thinking about it now brings back that same mix of fear and disgust. That's the story, unpleasant, unsettling, and still unexplained. Later, my brother said that what I saw sounded like a creature from Kazakh folklore, Jalmawi's Kempir. A terrifying, ugly being that can appear as an old woman or something, even worse. And according to legend, it wears rags. So, stories like this don't really stand alone. They seem to be part of a much bigger pattern, one that keeps repeating itself in different places, under different conditions, with different witnesses.
Cases like this come up more often than people might think. There are countless reports of drivers encountering strange things on the road during snowstorms, heavy fog, or other harsh weather conditions. People talk about lines of bipedal, human-like footprints crossing the road, especially after fresh snowfall. There are even dozens of videos showing unknown figures suddenly running across highways, appearing for just a few seconds and then vanishing.
So, stories like this don't really stand alone. They seem to be part of a much bigger pattern, one that keeps repeating itself in different places, under different conditions, with different witnesses.
If you want to keep exploring these mysteries and looking deeper into what might be behind them, stay with us on the channel.